June 18, 1959. Hong Kong is a city of contrasts: British colonials and Chinese tycoons, poverty and extreme wealth. In this world of old money and new fortunes, one family's nightmare begins with a phone call that will echo through history. Welcome to the channel. Wong Ying-kau, the 28-year-old son of wealthy oil merchant Wong Sik-pun, leaves his home in Happy Valley for what should be an ordinary Tuesday. By evening, he has vanished without a trace. His driver reports that Ying-kau was last seen walking toward a car waiting on Kwai Sung Street. The vehicle disappears into Hong Kong's maze of streets. No body, no witnesses, nothing. The Wong family represents the new wealth of post-war Hong Kong. Wong Sik-pun, a successful oil merchant, has built an empire importing and distributing fuel across the colony. His son Ying-kau lives the life of a wealthy young heir-cars, gambling women. But on this June night, the family's world begins to unravel. 3 days pass in agonizing uncertainty. Then on June 21st, a package arrives at the Wong family residence. Inside, Wong Ying-kau's personal belongings: his watch, his ring, his wallet, and a handwritten note in Chinese demanding 500,000 Hong Kong dollars. The signature, Wild Wolf. The message is chilling: pay up or never see your son again. The package contains something else, something that will haunt Hong Kong for generations. A human ear preserved in salt, wrapped in newspaper, dated June 20th, 1959. A handwritten note accompanies it. This is just the beginning. Pay 500,000 or we'll send more pieces. The newspaper confirms the ear was severed after Ying-kau's disappearance. He was alive when taken. The kidnappers demand the ransom be delivered to Kowloon. The police organize an elaborate sting operation, preparing to ambush the criminals when they collect the money. Wong Sik-pun, desperate to save his son, agrees to the exchange. The stage is set for what could be Hong Kong's biggest crime bust. The ransom drop never happens. The kidnappers change plans, sensing a trap. They demand the money be hidden in a different location. Then another. Each time, the police scramble to reposition. The kidnappers always stay one step ahead. It's as if they have eyes everywhere: on the police, on the family, on every movement. Hong Kong CID launches one of the most extensive investigations in the colony's history. Every informant, every triad contact, every whispers in the underworld is followed. The kidnappers seem to be communicating from inside the police department itself. Each tip, each lead, each plan is anticipated. The investigation points toward Hong Kong's powerful triad organizations. The 14K Tri and the Sun Yi On have territories that could have sheltered the kidnappers, but no direct evidence links any specific group. The kidnappers refer to themselves as Wild Wolf, a name that appears in Triad folklore, a symbol of cunning and ruthlessness. Days pass, then another package arrives. This time it contains Wong Ying-kau's suit jacket, still bearing his initials. A new note warns: time is running out, pay now or your son returns in pieces. The police are baffled. They have dozens of officers on the case, but the kidnappers operate like ghosts. As weeks turn into months, the investigation stalls. Informants go silent. Triad contacts stop returning calls. The kidnappers have vanished into Hong Kong's underworld, taking whatever remains of Wong Ying-kau with them. His fate becomes one of Hong Kong's greatest mysteries. As months turn into years, a disturbing theory begins to circulate. Some believe the kidnappers were not human at all. Stories emerge of a cursed society called the Wild Wolf, a group of shapeshifters who could appear as anyone, anywhere. Others speak of the supernatural ability to communicate with the dead. December 1989. Exactly 30 years after the Wong disappearance, a Cha Chan Teng restaurant in Tai Po receives a phone call at 3 a.m. A man orders 4 sets of dim sum for delivery to a nearby address. When the delivery driver arrives, there's no such address. The restaurant owner checks the phone book. The address doesn't exist. The order was placed for a building that burned down 30 years ago. The address was the location of the original Wong family estate. Many believe this call was connected to the 1959 case, perhaps the kidnappers returning, or perhaps something far more sinister. The police file remains open. The case remains unsolved. And in the back rooms of Hong Kong's Cha Chan Tengs, the story of Wild Wolf continues to be told. Over the decades, the Wild Wolf legend has grown. Some claim the gang still operates in Hong Kong today, using supernatural powers to evade capture. Others say the original kidnappers died years ago, taking their secrets to the grave. The case has become a touchstone for Hong Kong's complex relationship with crime, mystery, and the supernatural. Hong Kong police have never officially acknowledged any supernatural elements in the case, but officers who worked on the investigation in the 1960s have spoken off the record about the impossibility of the crime. The kidnappers seem to know every police move before it was made, whether through inside information, extraordinary luck, or something else entirely. They were always 10 steps ahead. The Wong family never recovered. Wong Sik-pun died in 1965, still searching for answers about his son. The family wealth was divided, the estate sold, the name faded from Hong Kong's elite circles. Some family members believe Ying-kau was murdered shortly after the kidnapping, his body hidden in one of Hong Kong's many construction sites or disposed of in the harbor. In the 2000s, cold case detectives revisited the file with modern forensic techniques. DNA testing of the preserved ear was attempted, but degradation made identification impossible. Fingerprints on the ransom notes were never matched to any known criminal. The case remains as cold today as it was in 1959. The name Wild Wolf has taken on a life of its own. In Hong Kong folklore, it has come to represent the perfect crime, a crime so clever, so impossible that it must have been committed by something beyond human capability. Whether this is truth, exaggeration, or a way to process an inexplicable tragedy, the legend persists. The 1989 phone call to the Cha Chan Teng remains the most compelling evidence that something supernatural was involved. Restaurant owner Mr. Lam reported the call to police, who found no explanation. The address existed only in records from 1959. Some believe it was the kidnappers, somehow still alive after 30 years. Others believe it was Ying-kau's ghost reaching out from beyond. Criminal historians believe the Wild Wolf was likely a small, elite triad group, possibly connected to the Shanghai origin triads. The precision of the operation suggests professional criminals with extensive networks, but even the most experienced triad experts cannot explain how they evaded capture for so long. One theory suggests the kidnapping was an inside job, someone who knew Ying-kau's routines, his habits, his vulnerabilities. Perhaps a disgruntled employee, a business rival, or even someone within the family circle. But if this was an inside job, the outside world never learned the truth. The case dominated Hong Kong newspapers for months. Headlines screamed of kidnappings, of supernatural kidnappers, of the end of British law and order. The case became a sensation, selling newspapers and filling movie theaters. It also marked a turning point in how Hong Kong viewed crime, no longer just an underworld affair, but a mystery that touched every family. The Wild Wolf case has inspired countless Hong Kong movies, TV dramas, and novels. The story has become part of the city's cultural DNA, a reminder that beneath Hong Kong's gleaming skyscrapers and colonial confidence, mysteries remain. The tale is told in dim sum shops, in taxicabs, in the small hours when the city sleeps. Who were the Wild Wolf? How did they evade one of the largest manhunts in colonial history? Where is Wong Ying-kau's body? Was the 1989 phone call a coincidence, a ghost, or something else entirely? These questions may never be answered. The case remains open, a door that never quite closed. In 1998, a former Hong Kong police officer went public with claims that the Wild Wolf case files contained evidence of supernatural involvement, evidence that was quietly removed from official records. Whether this is true or an embellishment, no one knows. The supernatural files, if they exist, have never been found. In the years since, dozens of witnesses have come forward with claims of seeing Wong Ying-kau in Macau, in Taiwan, in San Francisco's Chinatown. Each tip has led to dead ends. Each sighting could be mistaken identity, hope, or something else entirely. The truth, if it exists, remains buried. In 1960, a final package arrived at the Wong family home. It contained a final note: the debt is paid, the Wild Wolf sleeps, no body was ever found, no arrests were ever made. The case officially remains open, but Hong Kong has long since stopped waiting for answers. The Wild Wolf case changed Hong Kong. It led to new kidnapping laws, better protection for wealthy families, and a healthier respect for the supernatural in official records. It also became a cautionary tale, a reminder that in Hong Kong, where East meets West, where old traditions meet modern ambition, mysteries can endure. Today, if you ask older Hong Kong residents about Wild Wolf, they'll tell you the story. Some believe it's true crime, some believe it's supernatural, most believe it's a bit of both. The case has become a Rorschach test for Hong Kong itself, a mystery that reflects the city's complex identity. June 18, 1959, a young man walked down a street in Happy Valley and disappeared. 65 years later, his fate remains unknown. The wild wolf sleeps, but the mystery endures. In Hong Kong, where past and present coexist, some stories never truly end. They just wait for the next person to believe. The Wild Wolf case remains one of Hong Kong's greatest mysteries. Whether supernatural or simply incredibly clever crime, the truth may never be known. But in the city's collective memory, Ying-kau still walks those streets, still waiting for an answer that will never come. Thank you for watching. Please like, subscribe, and share this video.